Honestly,
the Asians.
Asians.
Filipino.
The Asians.
Asians.
Filipinos.
Asians.
Asian. Filipinos.
Asian people.
Asians. Filipino.
Asian.
Asian.
Filipinos.
Filipino.
Filipinos run the school.
I'd be hesitant to join like letters or drill or anything like that because there's always there's a majority of Asian kids that do it, but I mean I don't discourage people of the minority to join those clubs. I think that they should.
I feel like more pressure to do better because others might choose the superior, like if I were to try out for A to B or something and I was running against an Asian, they'd be like, oh, you're gonna lose because this guy and this girl's Asian. And I'd be like, oh.
This doesn't give me like much like, oh yeah, I want to join that club, you know.
It would motivate me more because it would diversify all the clubs.
You know, it'll probably be easier for me to be accepted by everybody else.
I think I'm more motivated to join clubs and organizations to show that minorities can still do things.
Me, if I'm motivated to do something, I wouldn't care who's there or like what kind of groups are there. What interests me is what I'm gonna do. So yeah.
Minority, my confidence would probably be low because I feel less supported within the community in the campus because there's not many of us if I was a minority.
Yes, and I would influence other minorities and other races besides my race to join as well.
Yeah, because I would feel like I have a better opportunity to succeed at what I'm trying for.
I know that, say, if I was Filipino and I had a club for Filipino, I could get more background of my culture.
I would be more like, okay, let me join in, you know, because I might be able to relate to them.
Yeah, and you would fit in more, like, because I don't know, it's kind of like a race thing. Like when you're with all your race, it's kind of like you guys mesh. But when it's like you try to mix like black person with a lot of Asians, sometimes it'll click, but it's like you'll never like be exactly Asian.
I feel like if you're one race, you have more to connect with everybody else. You feel more connected. You feel like you belong with them. And if you're not that same race as them, and if it's all one race and you're different, you just feel left out. Like you don't belong.
I don't really know. I don't think it's a motivation problem. I think it's just like a lack of wanting to be on those organizations. Either they're not well informed about what they even do, that's what I think it is, and since like, I guess races here don't really mix in terms of cliques, so they don't really like feel like they can join or there's no one to really like bond with.
Like once they join the club, they think that they won't be able to socialize with the majority and they'll feel all out of place.
A lot of the times you get ignored or they don't include you in certain things or they don't think you understand what they're talking about because you're the minority.
I feel that the lack of diversity in the major school organizations could be changed, but I mean it's inevitable based on the predominant race at the school, which is Filipino.
I don't think there's much that the school can do. I think it's up to the students. And they say they try to diversify a little more, but I feel like the efforts aren't that great. It's up to the student.
Probably announce it to each class instead of announcing it to certain groups of people because sometimes it's the same people that know the things before everybody else.
At the same time, I think the students that are Hispanic and African American and even other cultures, they tend to leave themselves out. They try not to run at times, probably because they think, oh, I don't want to be the only Mexican in ASB, or I don't want to be the only black person in ASB, and I think they hold themselves back.
Maybe choose a representative for all races and stuff, so that they can hopefully bring in like their minority to join.
Just a message to like the diversity that you should go out and you should vote and you should tell your friends and everything, because everybody wants to complain when they don't vote and they don't go out for the clubs. I think that you shouldn't be scared to do anything at the school, and if you want to be a part of something, then go for it.
I just feel like the other minority groups should be like, stop complaining, you know, it's not their fault. Do something about it.
Just join. Just join. Regardless of what race you are.
My name is Aaron Guel. Schools are divided into separate tribes. I'm not sitting near him.
I can't go back there alone. Man, I know you ain't talking to me.
We kill each other over race, pride, and respect. We fight for our America.
I don't want excuses. I know what you're up against. We're all of us up against something.
What I want people to walk away with this film is realizing that no matter what color you are, no matter where you are a human being, and everybody deserves a chance.
Every voice that told you you can't is silenced. Every reason that tells you things will never change disappears. And the person you were before this moment, that person's turn is over. Now it's your turn.